Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Lights Out with Ish and Eve. I'm Ish and this is Eve, and we are back to discuss what was a chaotic Monaco Grand Prix.
I know. I'm so mad that it was actually a chaotic Monaco Grand Prix because, as you can see, I'm not in my normal setting. I'm away and I was like, it's fine. I'm going to be busy when Monaco's on. I watched qualifying. Nothing's going to happen.
Bro,
how wrong I fucking was.
Something happened. A lot of something's happened.
A lot of something's
to be fair, it was like the start, obviously. There was stuff going on. But then it was very processional up until the last 20 laps.
But it was so funny because I was away, like I was out of the house and I was like, on the F1 app, you can like get like a live feed. Like it's just like headlines of like what's happening. Yeah. And I was like, I kept reloading it and I was like, what the hell? Oh, it was like straws in the wall. I was like, okay, cool, safety car. And then I like check and then the safety car's barely even ended and it's like Leclerc. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
No. I was like, what? Wait, it's like under investigation. I was like, what the?
Oh my God, I know. Dude, the stewards were busy.
Literally the whole house under investigation.
Honestly.
What the hell?
Yes. Obviously, there were some big winners. There were some big losers.
I know when I was looking for the awards and I was like winners and losers and I was like, I've got like about 10 for each.
Yeah.
like there's a lot.
For real. I know. It was rough. It was a rough weekend to be a Charles Leclerc fan. I felt really good coming into Friday.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, look, we'll get into it, but
yeah, it went downhill from there pretty quickly.
It was tough. Anyway, let's start with some good news. Kimi Antonelli, 5 from 5. He's matched Lewis Hamilton's consecutive wins record.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, okay.
Isn't that insane?
Okay. Yeah, that is insane. And I think he's only like 1 or 2. I don't know how many wins George has, but he's not far from like equaling George's amount of wins and then surpassing him.
I know.
Like I think George might only be 5 or 6. Yeah. And then Lando's and Oscar's is only like a few away from that too.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Wild.
And obviously like he's fixed his starts.
Yes.
Mercedes have fixed the start, which we spoke about last week. Be like, he needs to fix this. And he did 2 standing starts.
Yes. I know. I was a little concerned for him because I was like, okay, you've nailed it the first time, but can you do it again? And he did. So yes, they've clearly worked out whatever the issue was there, which like, I feel like that was like our like one bit of hope as a
saving grace.
Yeah. Of like, we might be able to get them at the start, and
no more. But obviously Monaco's just a magical one for everyone to win. So it's one tick that every Formula One driver wants. So good for him. And he's the youngest Monaco winner ever. He's the youngest, like everything ever.
Everything ever, yeah.
So honestly, doesn't even feel like we need to make that point anymore.
I know.
But obviously, like he extends that record that he broke last week of like 5 wins in a row after your first win. It was the record last week. Now the record is bigger. He's just going to keep extending that.
Well, I think the thing that was so impressive for me was like, obviously Ferrari came into this weekend as the favourites. Everyone expected them to do really well. Yeah. And for him and the amount of chaos that went on during the race, for Kimi to have maintained his composure and his calm, like, I mean, it's not even like he was driving, like, you know,
peacefully.
Carefully. He kept going like fastest lap after fastest lap, but still like kept it out of the wall.
30-second lead.
Yeah, managed the safety car, like, you know, all the stuff that happened there, the red flag. Yeah, like not letting that throw him. I think that's so impressive. And like we obviously talked about in, you know, was it Canada? Where he was like getting frustrated and we're like, oh, is this a bit of a red flag for Kimi of like, is he gonna let these things get to him? Like, I think this weekend showed that he's pretty unshakable.
I mean, the only thing I would say that happened last week when he got frustrated that didn't happen this week was actively being challenged wheel to wheel.
Yes.
So I think there's still a question mark on that, but safety cars, red flags, restarts, no problem.
Yeah.
Not a problem in the world. So obviously amazing for him. And yeah, he now jumps 66 points clear in the championship.
Lewis, not George, was dropped down a place.
But like, George, he actually just can't catch a break. He actually, because we will talk about it later as well, what's going on in George's race and everything. But even this time and in Canada, it just feels like not his fault.
Yeah.
Like, he's now had 2 times not scoring points.
Yeah.
And 2, like, races in a row where the gap has just blown out twice in a row. And none of it really was his fault. Like,
I know.
It's like how much worse does it get before it gets better?
I know.
Anyways.
It's tough. Like, we'll talk about George in a minute and like, just his, because he had a very eventful race too. Yeah. But I mean, to now be 68 points behind your teenage teammate, and third when you came into this year thinking that it was yours. Yeah. Like, you're now more than 3 race wins. No. Nearly 3 race wins behind. Yes, yeah. Nearly 3 race wins behind. Like, I can't imagine.
It's going to be so hard to come back from. Like, it's possible.
It's possible. It's definitely possible, but it's a long time to go. So that leads me into, like, the question then of, like, Kimi's now 5 races, like, in a row.
Yeah.
At what point does it go from, like, okay, he's on, like, a really good streak to he's going to win this championship?
I think now.
Like, is 68 points unsurmountable?
It's now. It's now. Now is the time where it's absolutely his to lose. Yeah. Like, it's gone from, a couple in a row. It's 5 in a row. 5 out of 6 of the season. It is absolutely his to lose now. Like, as you said, there's heaps of times left. Anything can happen. Max nearly came back from 100 points last year. So, like, it's not, but it's getting trickier every week. And it's like absolutely his to lose now. Like, it's like Oscar Piastri, and Piastri cracked.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was thinking about that last year as well, but I was like, that whole Max thing, like, he's Max Verstappen. Yeah. And George Russell is not Max Verstappen.
No, even Lewis Hamilton isn't Max Verstappen. So
no. I know, and that's the thing, like, even though I'm like, can George come back from this? Like, obviously Lewis is in second now, but I don't think that that's going to stay that way for long.
Kimi's going to have to crack. Like, they can't get him unless he cracks. That's the thing. Like, it's not insurmountable, but they can't. I think it's not the sort of thing where they can just chip away at him bit by bit.
He's got to have, like, 10 races where it's a 1-2. Like, he's got to have the next 10 races where George wins, like, and Kimi comes second. Like,
that's what I mean. Like, he can't just chip away at him. Like, Kimi has to crack for that to happen now, which is like, isn't happening at the moment. Yeah. So he's looking like so solid. I know. So I definitely think Kimi so impressive.
One hand on that championship trophy.
Yeah, for sure. I know. And it's so funny because I was like watching with my friend and I was like, like Kimi's on pole and like, bruh. But then I was like, then I saw his interview and I was like, no, I actually love him. Like, I'm just getting annoyed because he's winning everything. I'm like, I want a title fight. Like, just give me a title fight. So I'm like, he keeps winning. But then I'm like, no, I do love him. Like,
calm
down.
I am like rooting
go
for
away,
him.
fuck off, Kimi. And then I'm like, no, he's actually a slay.
Yeah. For sure. So then he obviously had a lovely, wonderful weekend. Yeah. His teammate, however, the other side of the Mercedes garage, not so much.
Yeah. I mean, like, getting stuck behind Hadjar nerfed his race from the start, but that's Monaco. Like, you've got a poor qualifying, now you're stuck behind someone for the full race. Like, that's just Monaco. Yeah. So that,
which is still his fault because you didn't qualify better. But I think,
For
like,
sure.
when you look at, he's so far behind his teammate. He got lapped. I can't believe they didn't air that, first of all. Because, like, what a, like, metaphor for the whole, like, season right now. Yeah. But, like, so it is kind of, I guess, his fault for not qualifying higher. But when you look at the gaps, like, that is just a function of Monaco.
Exactly. And also, like, after the safety car restart, before he had to then come in, like, he was still running like P4, P5. Yeah. So, like, it's okay. Like, like, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Obviously, it looks bad because Kimi's 30 seconds ahead of everyone. But, like, I feel like a poor qualifying and then being stuck by Hadjar, like, that's just Monaco. And I don't think that is his fault, but I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, because, as we said, the whole house under investigation for speeding in the pit lane, penalty, and then the pit stops.
Yes. So he obviously
and this is where it all went wrong.
Yeah. So he got the 5-second penalty for pit lane speeding for his first pit stop, along with half the grid, which we'll, I guess, talk about a bit later. But got that. And then came in again when the safety car happened.
The safety car.
And I think maybe because it was a double stack and his team were just like, go, 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 go. It was his front left. I mean, obviously you can't see the people behind, but it was the pit crew on his front left tyre that went straight away. And you could see the pit crew on the right.
The front jack as well. The front jack went on.
And you could see the pit crew on the front right, like, hesitated for a second, like, oh, no, we can't. Okay, I guess we're going, like. But
it's so unfortunate because, like, that's just a team error. And, like, I get it because they weren't ready for the pit stop because it was a safety car and they were just like, box.
Yeah.
But, like, that's not good. And it's just one of those things, like, another Mercedes team error. I mean, the engine wasn't necessarily a team error, but, like, it's one of those things that could happen to either car, same as the engine going pop in Canada.
Yeah.
But 100%. It's all happening to George. Like, it's the sort of thing that could happen to either car. And obviously, like, he was the one that got the penalty for speeding in the pit lane, not Kimi. But, like, when the whole house is under investigation for speeding in the pit lane and Kimi's one of the drivers who isn't, like, yeah, of course. Of course George isn't, Kimi isn't. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like,
I know.
And obviously, I think I would love to be a fly on the wall in that debrief because George has every right to be quite disappointed in that error because that cost him a P4 or P5.
Yeah.
And another 10 or so points in the championship.
Yeah. Well, it's now meant that there's another 25 points.
That's what I mean. Like it's cost him just a little bit of upkeep. It's cost him second in the championship.
Yeah.
And but obviously you can't blame George for that, but it's just like another thing.
Because, prior to that, he'd been quite lucky because he'd been under investigation for a few things. He was under investigation for starting, like, not being in his grid box.
Lando was like, meow.
Yeah. Beep. He was under investigation for, like, something else. I can't remember. And they all, like, kept getting...
I can't remember
dropped.
Who was under investigation for what. Because...
Oh, I know. Yeah, there was just so much happening. But then, obviously, his luck ran out. Because once he then incorrectly served his penalty, he then got hit with a drive-through penalty because of the timing with, like, the red flag and everything that kind of happened at the end of the race. He then had to serve that. And because of that red flag and the drivers all being so bunched up, that drive-through penalty sent him to the back.
And no time to recover.
10 laps to go, just nothing. Not even 10 laps, it was like 5 by the time he's actually served
exactly. It. And, that's just so rough.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. I mean, he's basically lost, 50 points in the last 2 rounds?
He has, almost, because of the sprint he hasn't, but, like...
Yeah.
42 points in 2 rounds.
Yeah. Like,
that's just not, you can't be bleeding points like that. But it's not, he's like, it's just a bit rough. It's really quite rough.
I know.
And we spoke about like it being similar to Lando's technical DNF in Zandvoort last year. And we said that gap blew out. That was 30 points.
Yeah.
And now it's happened twice in a row and cost him 42 points. And it's like, oh my God.
Well, that's the thing. We keep sort of saying like, oh, you know, like the what goes around comes around in F1, and there's always twists and there's always turns, and like luck will like swing each way. The pendulum goes back and forth.
Yeah.
But it just keeps going in like George's direction. And it's
so like if it does come around, it needs to come around in a big way.
Yeah.
Like,
for real.
But yeah, it just hasn't come back around for him yet. And I'm like, time is ticking, George. And so are the points. So
yeah. I know.
Anyways.
And like, I feel so bad for him because he obviously has to keep fronting up in front of the media and like answering questions.
Yeah.
And he's been saying all the right things these last couple of weekends. Like, it's okay. There's like enough races to go. Like, we had the pace, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I almost feel like after this weekend, like, he was still saying the right things of like, you know, I believe in myself. I know what the car's capable of, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But like, at what point are you trying to just convince yourself more?
But I'm also like, what else can he say? Like, he's not making costly mistakes. He's not crashing. And like, he did say that the car just doesn't suit him like last year's car did.
Do you think that's just a bit of an excuse though? Like,
I don't know, but like, that's what I mean. Like, what else is he meant to say? Because I'm like, is it just another thing that you can say to like say something? Because like, I would know what to say.
Totally.
Like, it's not really anything that he's like particularly doing wrong. So it's like, what can I even say at this point? Like, I'm getting cooked by a teenager. What do you want me to say?
Yeah, and I just had bad luck.
And I keep getting unlucky over and over and over again.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
This is very true.
Oh.
I mean, look, like, bottom line, he put himself in the position a little bit because of quali. Like, his quali wasn't good. He did not look quick in quali. He looked nowhere near Kimi's pace. So there is that. It's not just all bad luck. But
no, for sure. The race was all bad luck though. Like the Hadjar stuff, not bad luck. That was on him.
Totally.
Everything else.
But it's just like in Monaco, it's quali. So
yeah,
you didn't perform where you needed to.
For sure.
What I mean?
But like a P4 or 5 could still have been on without that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, totally.
So,
like the team incident is, it's brutal. Okay, so then I guess we'll continue on the bad luck train. And I really wish that we were having a very different conversation right now, but we're not. Yeah. Because, as I said, after Friday practice, I really thought this weekend was going to go so differently. I had so much confidence in
You thought it would be different this time.
I did.
But like, also it's Monaco. So when you get like, because Ferrari love a practice session fake out. They do.
Yes.
But when it's Charles in Monaco, you've got belief. And I also had belief.
Yes.
I had belief too.
He's doing it. He's believing. He's kicking into gear.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It started so well, and even like qualifying, it was going well until it wasn't.
Well, that was the thing. He went fastest in Q1. I was like, great, we're on here. And he went fast. He was going fastest by like a few tenths. Like, it wasn't like he was just making it. Like, he was looking quick. And I think it's so funny that we had the conversation last week of like Charles and like him making mistakes and like, you know, the kind of driver that he is and blah, blah, blah. Because his Q3, there wasn't a whole lot of defending that. It was just
I fear that proves that point.
Yeah. Really bad timing on that as an example.
You're like, Charles, I'm trying to defend you, please.
Literally.
Stop giving the haters ammo.
Stop it. Oh, I know.
Yeah, but because I was like, oh, he's really put the pressure on himself on his first lap. I was like, you know, made it tricky for yourself. But then he went fastest, and I was like, okay, and still had time for another one. And I was like,
well, that was the thing.
Right?
I was like, because it was literally right up until the end because he was out of sync with everyone else and he set his lap and he went fastest and I was like, okay, but everyone else still has to go. But then I was like, oh, but Charles is going to get to go again. So I was like, cool.
He's going to get to go again. His tyres aren't going to be as good, but he's got less fuel. So like maybe...
Yeah, it'll all balance out. Maybe.
You know?
And it did not. It was just full of mistakes. And
it was also like... Because obviously they were like going over the line and we knew that Charles was last. We knew that he was the last one to come across the line.
Yeah.
I mean, he never made it to the line, but he would have been the last one on a lap. So it was, I think Kimi was the last one and then Charles. Yeah. So the camera's on Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah.
Everyone else has finished their laps and it's like yellow flag. And I was like,
I know. I'm like, he's the only one out there.
That can only mean one thing.
Yeah.
It's not funny. It's not funny, but it was kind of funny.
It was like just like 1:30 in the morning here because I stayed up to watch it.
Yeah.
And I was doing these ones. I was watching like this.
Yeah. I was watching at the beach and I was doing these ones.
Yeah.
I had the commentary on like full blast and there was all these people like looking and I was like, I'm sorry,
this is important.
It's Monaco qualifying. What the fuck do you want me to do?
Yeah. Like, get with the program. But I was sat on the edge of my couch, just like, what is going to happen right now? Oh, and it was pretty indefensible. It did not go well, unfortunately. So Ferrari, after being expected to line up 1-2, ended up on the second row.
Oh, yeah. Which they got back.
Well, yes, which they got back.
2-3, but through no... brilliance of their own, just Red Bull's failures. But like I just want to like get to the point obviously in time because obviously Charles was looking at one point like he was net P2. He was net P2 because of Lewis's penalty.
Yes. And then this was where when the safety car happened. Yeah. And it was really funny because on the Sky Sports commentary, they'd just thrown over to Bernie Collins. And they were like, so what would you be thinking if you were like Ferrari's strategist right now?
Yeah, I know. Like, the timing was crazy.
Literally, she was like, well, you know, with Lewis's penalty, Charles's pace, I'd probably be thinking about swapping them so that if there's a safety car, Charles can go and like do his pit stop and then Lewis can come in afterwards, serve his penalty.
Yeah, and not be affected by the penalty. Because you're basically just giving them both a 5-second penalty at that point.
Literally. So then the second Bernie Collins gets that sentence out of her mouth, yellow flag.
Lance Stroll's in the wall.
Stroll's in the wall, safety car. And I was like,
yeah.
Oh. And so they pull Lewis into box and I'm like, okay, let's leave Charles out. But they did not. They made him just slow right down and serve that 5-second penalty alongside Lewis.
Basically, yeah.
And it basically, at that point, it forced him back to P3. Like, there was
it swapped the positions, but without swapping the positions. Like...
Exactly. Which is unfair.
Because no, it is. And I think it's a tricky one, though, because, like, if at that point, like, Lewis has been ahead the whole time, he qualified ahead, blah, 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 it is, like, I think it would be a controversial decision to ask him to swap positions with Charles. But, but
he's, like, net third at that point. Like, he's not ahead of him at that point. You know?
Yeah, I guess it's a thing of, like, prioritizing the lead car. But then, like, if you look at the net positions, he wasn't the lead car. Exactly. So it's, like... I think it's a weird one and, like, I don't know how... Yeah, like, it's tricky either way, I think.
Yeah, I think they clearly just didn't want to take the risk sending a driver around again.
Oh, and that makes sense. That's valid. But, like, once they came back out, they could have swapped the positions.
Yes.
Like...
But I also just wonder,
but then I feel like that's rough to ask
Charles
Lewis.
At all? Could Charles have just stayed out?
Because he asked. He was like, why have we done that? Yeah. Charles was like, what?
Like, I genuinely think Charles could have been in for a shot for at least second and maybe first.
On a restart, yeah.
Yeah. Because both, I mean, probably not first, because I think Kimi still would have come out ahead of him and then would have been on fresh tyres. But I really feel like he could have gotten second.
Yeah, but also because that safety car went for so long, there was a point in time where I was like, oh my God, are both Ferraris on fresh tyres and Kimi's on old tyres out front?
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. But the safety car went for like a million years and
and
he
Kimi
also
came
pitted
in
and came back. Yeah, but I was like, oh, because the safety car happened at the exact time as Kimi was passing pit entry.
Yeah.
So it was like the just wrong moment for him to come, but then it was long enough that it didn't matter anyway.
He could go.
But yeah, but crazy. But
I
then
know. But
then
so we're going round under the safety car, cool. And then it's like safety cars coming in. And I'm like, okay, cool, let's see how this goes. We'll see if like Kimi, makes any mistakes. And then they cut to them coming round the corner. And I see Kimi and I see Lewis. And then there is not a second car. Like a second red car.
I was going to ask you how you felt about this. Because he just didn't come around the corner.
He just didn't come around the corner. I was like, he can't be that far behind. I was like, where's he gone? And then it was like yellow flag. And I was like, what has gone on?
Literally.
And then it cuts to Charles Leclerc in the wall in Monaco, and my stomach fell out. And I just was like, it's 1:30 in the morning. I want to go to bed.
Yeah, I know. And then you had to sit through a red flag. But the way that, because I knew that he had crashed, but the way that it was shown and the fact that he just didn't, I was thinking about you. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I was like, watching that live. Where is he? Where's Charles? And then you see everyone else file through.
Yeah.
And this big fat gap.
Yeah. I was like,
oh, Charles. Yeah,
so but the Monaco curse is still alive and well. Oh, yeah. So he immediately gets on the radio and blames his brakes, which is quite interesting because I found out that the people that supply their like brake pads or whatever, they supply the brake pads for the whole grid.
Everyone. Yeah.
But then there's like brake discs that are like individual to each like team or driver or whatever. And Lewis in the last couple of weeks has just switched to this like different supplier of brake discs.
Okay.
And Charles is still with this other supplier. So they've, I think, very clearly like said it without saying it that they know what the problem is. They know what the solution is, which is Charles switching to Lewis's
brake disc. Yeah.
Yeah, brake setup. But I mean, I think whether it was the road.
Yeah. Why is there a pothole?
Like, dude, just...
Oh, I feel at home.
So ridiculous. Yeah.
Being in the Byron Shire and potholes. Best friends.
Honestly, I know. It was a bit embarrassing, honestly, for Monaco.
Yeah.
But
it was just... You hate to see it. You really hate to see it.
Especially for like someone whose home race is like so important to them as like Monaco is for Charles Leclerc. Like I know that every driver's home race is important to them, but whose actual home race is Monaco? Dude,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's like, the aura around like Charles Leclerc and Monaco, you always want him to do well.
And the law and the fact that he just always does well there anyway and then just gets nerfed every time. Like, oh. Anyways, you won once and now you're just going to be... But he wasn't cursed last year, he just didn't win.
Yes.
Lando was just better. But like, I fear the curse is back.
I have a theory that it's because Mattia Binotto is back around the Ferrari.
Oh, the 2 years he wasn't there.
Yeah, he was fine. That's my theory.
Let's pay an Etsy witch. Let's find out.
Anyways,
as we mentioned earlier, the whole house under investigation, the whole house speeding in the pit lane. What the hell's going on there?
So it was Lewis, George, Colapinto, Gasly twice. Oscar, I think, was under investigation, but I don't know if he ended up actually getting a penalty.
He did, yeah.
So all of them pinged for pit lane speeding.
Yeah.
I mean, Gasly's was really upsetting.
Yeah.
He drove such a good race, finished third on the road.
See, I didn't realise that because of the results. And then when I watched it and they crossed the line and he just went bop, 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 bop. I was like, oh, I didn't realise he lost so many places because of it.
I know. It was the same thing with George of like, because the cars were all so bunched up, like from the restart that like...
Because Alpine have been doing so well recently too. And it just feels right that like he would like break through and get a podium when like so much chaos is happening. Like,
yeah,
that feels right for like this point in time for them as a team and him and like...
Totally.
P7, because P7's kind of like where they hang out this year. So like,
yeah, I know it
it's
took
not like
what
last
was
year
like
where
a
it's
great
still
race
points.
for him. Yeah, it took what was a great race to like
standard
back
whatever.
where you normally were. I know.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, very happy for Isaac Hajar as well.
Of course. Yeah, on the flip side.
Yes, but yeah, that was obviously really upsetting, and you never want to see a driver lose a podium because of like penalties applied afterwards.
Pit lane speeding, especially when there was this one of like everyone's being investigated for it. It's happened to every like, which I'm like, why?
I know.
Like, something had to be up with like the monitor, or something's changed with the monitor, or like something, because I know I kind of was like at the start I was like, oh, everyone's probably just sending it a little bit more because the pit stop in Monaco is so important. But like then it just kept happening, and I was like, surely not everyone's making the same mistake, because Oscar as well was warned on the radio about the whole pit lane speeding thing, and then still got pinged for pit lane speeding, and I'm like, what the...
I know. Like, it was bizarre. I feel like the
Hello?
sensors must, like you said, be in a different place, or something's gone on, because like these guys
there's no way that
noobs.
many.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like there's literally a button to drop them to the speed that they need to. They know when they need to hit it.
Yeah, the pit limiter, like something was out of whack for sure, because there's no way that many people get pinged for it if something's not up.
Because normally you get it, maybe like one driver like every few races gets that penalty.
Yeah.
Like,
and even like some of these tracks, you're like, where you might want to send it a little bit more into the pit lane, or when the pit lane's a bit less, which it is in Monaco.
Yeah.
So like, but that many, I'm like, nah, that's not.
Yeah,
that's
something's
going on there for sure.
Yeah. So it was, I mean, look, it made for a very interesting second half of the race once everyone got them. And then like when the safety car happened, and then people were serving penalties or not serving penalties, and like it made for a much more interesting Monaco Grand Prix than we were, I think, expecting at that point, because up until then it had been very processional.
Mm-hmm. But it was just comical. I was like, what the, like, how? Because as I said, I was like reading the live feed, and it was like pit lane speeding, pit lane. I was like, what's happening?
I know.
It's like under investigation, pit lane speeding. I was like,
I know.
Like, what's going on?
I know. The thing I thought was quite funny too was like normally like the stewards are so slow to investigate anything, and this they were like bang, 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 bang.
But like pit lane speeding always goes quite quickly, because it's like you were or you weren't.
You were or you weren't, yeah.
It's a speed camera. Like they're kind of like, yep.
Yes. Oh my god, I remember the other thing that George Russell was under investigation for. It was crossing the pit lane line.
Yes. He was also under, you said the false start. Yeah, going over, but he didn't. He got away with that.
He didn't. Yes.
True.
Anyway, that just came back to me.
All good.
But yeah, so just bizarre. And then obviously that wasn't the only track issue, as we like discussed. The like
tarmac
track
was broken.
Itself was just coming apart and crumbling.
And at the like afterwards, they all said that they could see it like happening and like to avoid it and stuff, because there was like, and I saw a picture which was like the track before and then after 60 laps, and I was like, damn.
Yeah, like crazy. I mean, like the marshals were literally just like pulling chunks of it out.
Yeah.
Like, how does that? And so, because then it was like, as I said, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning when Charles's crash triggered the red flag, and you're like watching these like 3 or 4 like FIA officials or whatever, like standing around, like assessing if they're gonna even be able to get the race underway again.
Yeah, because that was the thing. At one point, they were like, we may not be able to even restart at all. Yeah, because if the track's broken, and thankfully we did, because the end was good.
It was a good end. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just it's just bizarre. I'm like, how does that even happen? Like, I get that it's a street circuit, and so the road maybe isn't going to be to quite the same level as just like a regular, you know, track, like a proper racetrack. But like, I thought it was quite embarrassing for Monaco and the event organizers that something like that happened, and it's put your hometown hero in the wall, or at least been a contributing factor.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm like, ooh, like it doesn't look good for the circuit, and you've just, out of all people that you could have tripped up.
I know. It's rough. Well, anyways, I think that was kind of a lot of the major plot points. Let's go through maybe some of like best of the rest of things that happened throughout the weekend.
Yeah, because there was so many things that were incredible. Obviously, we mentioned briefly Hadjar's first podium with Red Bull.
Yes.
And with his car falling apart. Like, he did so well to manage that race, because everything, power problems, gearbox problems, everything. George Russell inside his gearbox as well, behind him. To quote George Russell himself, there is a car in my arsehole. Like,
he was that car for Hadjar.
Literally.
I know. Like, I felt a little bit bad for his race engineer, because his race engineer really copped it throughout the race.
I know, but like Hadjar, we know he's hot-headed, so I think he did so well to manage that and get that podium.
Yes, definitely.
Like, well done.
Yes, for sure. I mean, like, he was obviously under investigation at the end for a red flag infringement.
Yeah, which was like, I don't know what that was, but it was unfortunate that he couldn't like celebrate fully.
Yeah.
Because he was still under investigation. So it was a little muted.
Yes.
From what I would have expected from him.
Yes, but I'm glad that he got to keep his podium in the end.
Yes, me too. I mean, 100%. And the fact that like Gasly was down in P7 anyway. Like, he would, if it was someone else, then I would have wanted it to be Gasly. But I think, actually it would have been Oscar. Fuck.
Yeah, it would have been, it would have.
Okay, I take it back. Penalise him.
No, Oscar's been on the podium enough. Let him.
I don't care. Not enough this year.
True.
Barely seen him.
True.
His car doesn't work.
I know it. It ended up meaning that my prediction of 3 different teams on the podium came true.
Oh, well done. I mean, it still would have with Oscar, because Lando. Say that, Lando. What engine is in Lando's car?
Dude.
What? Like,
it's made out of macaroni. I don't know, but
like something's wrong with that. But like twice on one weekend, and I said this to you because I've seen his interviews and stuff. He doesn't care.
No.
So why should I care? He doesn't even care.
I know.
It's honestly hilarious. Lando this year is like goofy as shit. That's like the picture last year when he's like on his way back to the pits after his DNF in Canada on the back of the scooter, and he's just like grinning from ear to ear. And I'm like, and then today he's like, they're like, how are you feeling? He was like, I don't want to be out there. I'm glad. I'm happy. I'm fine.
He's like, honestly, I can go home now. My home's like, even Max was like, Max was like 500 meters down the road. Like,
did you see like Max was pointing out where he lived to Kimi on the driver's parade?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Max.
I'm like, there is a camera behind you, and
you've just leaked your address.
Yeah.
To millions of people.
Yeah.
But you do you.
You do you. I know.
I'm like, you could have told him another time.
Yeah.
I feel like. Yeah. Anyways.
I feel like Kelly's be sitting there being like, shut up.
Shut up. We've got children in this house, Max. But, and someone else, obviously the RBs, they just stayed out of trouble.
Yep.
Stayed out of chaos. Stayed out of steward investigation.
Yes.
And just
Lindblad got an overtake done. One of the very few people to get an overtake done.
Literally, like, 10 out of 10 no notes, well done. And they did it well like this last year in Monaco as well. Yeah. With the two of them.
Yeah.
So, congrats to them. Like, career best for both of them.
Yeah.
Love it.
Phenomenal weekend. I know. Yeah. I think they've both actually been, I won't say flying under the radar, because I think people have taken note of the fact that both of them have been having quite a good season, but it's been quiet. They've been quietly having a very good season.
It's been up and down.
Yeah.
Like, Lindblad has had a few issues and errors and
totally. But on the
stuff.
whole, and I think given also, like, Lawson's previous, like, history of not going so well all the time, like, this has been quite a
Terrorizing
consistently reasonable run for him. So, yeah, I feel like he's doing well, which is nice.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, just on, like, the team game, I didn't put this in our notes, but, like, Williams, for a second year in a row, decided
the power of friendship. Yeah. And I'm glad that it worked out because Alex Albon was not impressed.
No, not at all.
And
so they
kind
were
of valid
backing the pack up to allow the other one to, like, do a pit stop and then not lose a place. And then switch places.
Swap back, and then the other one held them up. Like, hilarious. So funny. The power of friendship.
I know. I mean, Monaco's the only place you can do that. And, like, I mean, do I think it's a bit, like, not really in the spirit of the race? Like,
sure.
No, but
it's
also,
funny.
Like, it is.
And, like, if it was happening every race weekend, I'd be a bit like, But
yeah, I know.
Like, it's funny.
Exactly.
And also, Fernando Alonso scoring a point.
Yes.
For Aston Martin. Like,
I know.
do I feel a little bad for Perez? Yeah. But he was also under the investigation for everything.
Yeah.
And I do feel bad for him because, like, Cadillac, it's going to be hard to come by points for them this year. So I'm glad that it promoted Fernando Alonso, who is also going to struggle to come by points this year. Agreed. So it's kind of like much of a muchness, really, in that regard.
I know, but that is nice at least for Alonso to kind of get that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And for Aston, be like, we got a point. Let's go. Because they're like P20 to, like, they're always the back four cars, basically.
Yeah. I know.
So
I think the thing that was interesting that Monaco highlighted with Aston Martin was, I don't think it's just a bad Honda engine anymore. Yeah. Like, the engine doesn't have a whole lot to do with the racing in Monaco. It's not a high-speed circuit. Yeah, like, I think Adrian Newey has not particularly delivered the incredible, like, championship winning, I mean, obviously hasn't delivered a championship winning package this year, but
championship losing package, I fear.
Yeah, it's like not
actually, just kidding, they got a point.
Yes, so. But it's not just because half the field retired. Like, it's not just the engine. It's also, like, it's the full package. And
100%.
Like, we came into the season being like, Aston Martin, like, Adrian Newey could be cooking here, and he just has not.
No.
He hasn't gotten it right this season.
No. And also, on another people who's very unlucky, Max Verstappen, we mentioned it briefly, but, like, what? I would have been so happy, like, I would have been so excited to see just, like, how that played out.
Yeah.
Over the race, like, in the fight with Kimi and everything. Yeah. Like, I would have loved to see how that played out.
I know, because, like, they're both drivers who absolutely just, like, go for it. Like, both of them going into turn one would have been really fun to see.
I know. And it's like, Kimi, like, you've been fighting with George, like, let's see how you go against someone like Max Verstappen.
Exactly.
Like, the McLarens had to fight against Big Dog. You haven't been fighting against Big Dog.
Yeah.
Like, let's run that back. Let's see how that goes.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I do. I absolutely do. And I think, like, the unfortunate thing for Max as well is, like, this might have been his only, potentially
shot.
His
like,
only
he
shot
hasn't been up there.
A race win. No.
His car sucks. So, like, he's... Yeah, that was sad to see.
Yeah, because if he had gotten Kimi into turn one, I think there was every possibility that Max could have won that race.
100%, as long as his car didn't conk out, which...
Yeah, but I guess we'll never know. One little random thing, actually, that I wanted to just note was Lewis Hamilton's pink sparkly helmet.
See, it was I didn't know that was happening until it was on camera, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw a post of it, and Specsavers had commented under the post just saying Glampree, which I thought was so funny.
Out of, like, that's, like, Okay. Like, random. What the fuck?
It was so it was just random choice, but okay. I also was like, why do we keep looking at Kim Kardashian? I get she's a big celebrity, and I get that she's here, and she's his partner. Yeah. But the number of times that they cut to Kim Kardashian, I was like, it's fine. I don't care.
I know.
What I did think was very funny was Martin Brundle. Yeah. What I did think was Martin Brundle going up to Kim and Chloe.
I didn't see
on the grid walk and like try and ask them a question. And I'm like, I love the grid walk. I think Martin Brundle is so hilariously awkward in the grid walk.
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen going up to the Kardashians, Martin Brundle?
But also, like, that being said, she's here to support her partner who is an F1 driver. Get involved a little bit. Get involved.
Oh, totally. I think anyone that is on the grid, like, before the race, talk to the reporters that come up and the journalists that come up to talk to you. Like, you're there probably most likely to promote yourself. Like, chances are, if you're there in that situation, especially in Monaco, you might not even watch F1. You're there for publicity reasons. So get on the camera and talk to people. Don't just think you're there better than everyone that's there, because I just think it's so dumb.
I know.
Like, if you're going to be there, answer the question.
I also just think it's so funny for, like Alexandra Leclerc, because, like, she's gone from just being a goalie to dating Charles Leclerc to marrying Charles Leclerc, and now she's in hospitality with Kim Kardashian. Like, huh? Like, she would just be like, hello? Like, what the hell? Like, obviously she's, like, cool, calm, and collected and classy as always, but, like, I'm just like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, she's probably like, what is my, like, what is, how am I, like, what? She's like, what turning points have I taken in my life to end up in this situation? Like, love
so true.
So funny.
Anyways, I feel like that was all of the best of the rest things that the other thing, sorry, just while we're on the subject of Charles, obviously he announced his new contract right at the start of the weekend, which seems like terrible timing given everything that happened over the course of the weekend.
It would have been so good time. Like, they definitely announced it now intentionally.
Yes, thinking that this was going to be a great weekend.
A great celebration.
I mean, it was great for Lewis, but not so good for Charles.
I actually saw a meme. Let me find it. I screenshotted it. Let me find it. It's really funny.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
These penalties are really getting out of hand. And it's like FIA stewards 3 more years at Ferrari for car 16.
Honestly, cruel and unusual punishment.
Literally. Anyways, should we move on to our awards?
We should. Oh my god, wait, no. One other final comment I had to make about random best of the rest, random stuff that happened was just on the whole Williams thing was name a more iconic duo than Alex Albon and leading a non-DRS train.
Honestly.
Because I saw that and I was like,
that's his place.
I've seen this film before.
Yeah, honestly. Thankfully, this time it ended okay for him, because it doesn't always.
It's true. Anyway, I just had to say that because I thought that was funny. Let's do our awards. Biggest winner, who did you have?
I feel like Kimi just lives in this category.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Yep, agreed.
But as I said before, I've got a lot of people on the winners list and a lot of people on the losers list. Fair. So on the winners list, Kimi. Yes. Isaac Hadjar.
Yes.
RB.
Yes.
And Fernando Alonso.
Fair enough.
That's who I have on the winners list.
Fair.
Any to add?
No, I think all of them are totally valid. Definitely Kimi, definitely Hadjar. Even just like Lewis, like kind of cementing his place a little bit as like, I'm
back.
Yeah,
it wasn't a one-off.
I'm back. And like potentially even doing better than Charles right now in his own team.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What about for your losers?
Biggest loser, obviously George, and obviously Charles. And I also had Gasly falling out of that podium position.
Yeah, I had all of those, but I also had Max.
Yes. And
Sergio Perez. Even though it's still a good result.
Fair. Yeah.
But to lose that point.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Silliest
surprise?
The pit lane speeding. Like, it just has to be.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I know.
Random.
Same. All the pit lane speeding penalties just picking up one after the other. So
and
silly.
also just Monaco being tea in general.
Yeah. So
Like,
true.
what?
Yeah. I very much expected the second half of the race to be the same as the first, which was boring.
Exactly. And it was not.
So, yes.
Oh my God, we
agreed.
didn't even talk about what happened to Carlos at the end. We're like, Williams succeeded at the power of friendship until...
True. Carlos got punted left and right.
Twice.
Yeah. It was my
like a hip and shoulder this way and then a hip and shoulder that way. Yeah. Oh, Carlos.
And I was like, oh my God, are we going to get another like red flag safety car, something or other? And thankfully he was fine, like, just able to kind of make his way off.
You were like, it's 2 a.m. Let me
Yeah, I was like, I need to go to bed. Charles in the wall. I don't care anymore.
I don't care anymore. Guys, please.
But I know. So true. What was your biggest meme?
My biggest meme is like, it's a fake radio message from Charles Leclerc. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you've seen it.
I think I might have.
And it's like, it's Charles being like, Stroll crashed. And then the engineer, copy that. And it's like, Charles copies that.
Yeah. If you don't laugh, you'll cry.
I thought that was so funny. It's like...
Oh, I know. There was so many memes from this weekend.
Yeah, I know. What's yours?
One that I found that I thought was a bit different and kind of funny was a photo of Charles looking obviously disappointed. And the caption was, when your whole country's existence is based on the fact that there are no taxes, but you crashed due to a broken road outside your home. And I just thought that was so funny.
That is actually hilarious. You're like, maybe you should pay some taxes and fix your road.
Yeah.
Who's fixing the road? Who's paying for the road? That's actually really funny.
Oh, anyway, that was mine. Did you have any other memes?
No.
Did you have a useless stat?
I have a few, actually.
Hit me with them.
They were all said over the commentary, so odds are you heard at least some of them. The first one is that every driver who has won 5 in a row in a season has gone on to win the championship that year.
Congratulations, Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah. I would love to like have a list of who's done that, but I don't know. But yeah, everyone that's done 5 in a row has won the championship that year. It's also the biggest age gap in a Monaco podium since 1957.
Yeah, he's older than both of them combined.
Literally, but... And then the last one is that Lewis Hamilton has equaled Ayrton Senna with 8 podiums in Monaco, which is the most ever.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
So the drivers that have won 5 in a row, or 5 or more in a row, are Max, Sebastian Vettel, Alberto Ascari, Michael Schumacher, Nico Rosberg, Jack Brabham, Jim Clark, Nigel Mansell, Lewis Hamilton, and Kimi Antonelli.
There you go. And all of those, but that's a lot of people. I was expecting not that many, because for them all to have won the championship that year is kind of like...
Yeah.
You know.
There you go.
Anyways. Love that. Did you have any useless stats?
I did. So, obviously, there's now a big points deficit between George and Kimi. So I looked up what the biggest point deficits were between, like, the drivers have overcome to the driver that was leading the championship to come back to win. So it doesn't include things like Max from last year, who came back for like 100 and something points, but didn't win. Mm-hmm. So I was scrolling through Reddit and I found someone who had adjusted the like historical kind of point systems to be like...
Yeah, because that's why it's hard to like quantify.
Yeah, so I found like an adjusted version.
Love,
so you can still kind of take it with a grain of salt.
You've been scouring the World Wide Web.
Dude, for real. I was like...
I love that.
I was in little research mode. Yeah. And essentially, I guess, so George now, I guess maybe Lewis, but more realistically just George. If he was to come back from this point onwards, this would be the 3rd biggest points gap ever to be closed to come back and win the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, when you take everything into consideration.
Yes. Second place was Kimi Räikkönen who came back from a 72-point deficit to win in 2007, which is not very far off where George is now.
No.
And first place was James Hunt, who came back from a 97-point deficit in 1976 to win the championship.
Was it actually 97 points, or is that like what it would have been in today's point system?
No, that's like adjusted with today's point system.
Yeah, so if Max had won last year, it would have been the biggest ever, because that was over 100 points.
Yes, exactly.
I think we talked about that at the time. Anyways.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. So I think it will get worse for George, though, before it gets better. So I do feel like if George can come back and win, it could be closing potentially the second or even the biggest points gap ever in F1 history in order to do that. If he can do it. He's currently sitting in third. He might end up in second. Well, he is likely to end up in second. He's only a handful of points away from second. He might even end up at first.
Yeah, crazy.
Interesting.
I just want a title fight. That's
I know.
all. That's all. Is that too much to ask?
We'll see if it can
Maybe, because the teenager is cooking everyone. Might be too much to ask.
Honestly. So real. Did you have a favourite moment of the weekend?
I would just say, like, the chaos of the last few laps. Like, the restart, both restarts. There was just, like, a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it, realistically.
That's fair.
Did you? What was your favourite moment?
Yeah, it was a lot of really sad, disappointing moments for me. But my favourite moment was probably, like, I agreed, the last, like, sort of the ending where it was all kind of happening. But the moment right before the, like, Lance Stroll safety car where I thought Charles could be on for P2, I was like, okay, if we can't get P1, then coming back from P4 to P2 is still very solid in Monaco.
In Monaco, yeah.
So I'll take it. That moment, right there.
Before, that moment frozen in time.
Yeah.
Nothing past it.
Nothing past that. Then it was hell and horror.
A brief feeling of hope.
Yes. Driver of the day, who did you have?
Again, I've got a couple in this category. Kimi, I think, handled everything so well, obviously. He was leading at like 30 seconds. Like, and then to manage all of the restarts, as we've kind of spoken about, like, he did incredibly. He was the driver of the day, and I agree with the people.
Yeah.
Hadjar, the way he managed the race with everything he was struggling with the whole way.
Yeah.
I think he drove incredibly. And then just shouting out to, like, Gasly and the RBs, basically, for all of that.
Yeah.
What about you?
Fair. I went for Kimi. Just absolutely handled everything that race threw at him with such composure.
Decorum and grace.
Yes. And, like, still managed to set a fastest lap every other lap. Like, was
literally
just incredible.
Everyone else had little red and yellow exclamation marks, and he just had the little purple fastest lap.
Literally.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, flex. Don't show off.
I know. So, yes, it has to be Kimi for me, for sure.
Absolutely.
But that's it. I mean, we've got a double header, so we're coming in to Barcelona this weekend. As we said, nearly 3 whole race wins ahead is Kimi Antonelli from Lewis and George.
I just remembered that this was when the George and Max incident happened last year.
True.
When Max drove into the side of George.
Oh dear.
And also Kimi, this was one that Kimi, I mean, Monaco also last year, Kimi literally finished last.
Yes.
So this is, again, part of the category of Kimi didn't do well here last year.
Yeah.
But I honestly can't see that changing the picture too much. Like, Kimi has shown that he can win at all the types of circuits that we've had so far.
Yeah.
So I believe in that at this point. And the others just have to prove me wrong, because...
I completely agree. I think Barcelona will definitely be a track where, I mean, obviously we're back to regular racing and overtakes are possible now. I'd like to think that if McLaren can sort out their reliability issues, they might be in with a bit more of a shot in Barcelona. Ferrari, will see if they can kind of maintain their pace, but I'd like some more Mercedes battling in Barcelona.
Yeah,
that would be
100%.
very fun to watch.
I just want some more battling for the lead, because it was so fun in Canada and we had it cut short.
Yes, agreed.
So even if it's Mercedes, if it's someone else, if Max can continue to be good, I mean, I kind of feel like that was just some Verstappen brilliance in qualifying.
Yeah.
So I don't really know, but hopefully.
We'll see. I know.
Yeah.
I think it will take a lot for someone, whether it's George, whether it's Lewis, to kind of close that gap. It will be very exciting to see it, and I'm very glad that we have more racing this weekend.
Literally, 100%. I think that wraps it up. It's going to have to, because my mic died.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you're listening on an app, leave us a 5-star review, because it really helps us out. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I will see you next time.
Bye.